Hey, improv gangsters. So we'll get improv thoughts for the week, tips, wisdom, lack of wisdom, the whole nine. Um, and the first, for starters, I have just kind of some new words for the psychology side, the benefits of improv from that perspective that I wanted to share. And essentially, that is um, so performance anxiety, fear of public speaking, when we go into fight or flight mode and symptoms when we are about to perform or about to present in front of an audience or peer group. The way that improv uh, helps with that is as we simulate that environment, our mind starts to realize that the threat isn't real. So we're all having this fight or flight response, the increased heart rate, the sweating, um, all of those, that fight or flight response, we're having it with no real threat. So as we do improv reps over and over and over again, your mind starts to figure it out. You start to go, oh, there's nothing to worry about. And I'll say this, it's really helpful in your life because you can start to walk into your office or a party or any sort of a social situation, and that threat will go away in all areas of your life. So improv or the like, anything that puts you, simulates presenting, performing in front of a peer group or an audience will start to desensitize you to that, to a point where you're like, oh, I don't have any risk at all. In this day and age, we don't need the fight or flight mode unless you're truly being physically attacked in a dark alley. So that's the thought process there. What else did I want to say? Oh, so Breeze is coaching tomorrow again. Thank you, Breeze. And Breeze is going to continue his work that he started last week, and these are all just great improv fundamentals. Come get your reps. He is going to continue to work on listening skills. And by the way, when we're in fight or flight, we don't listen well. So that's another thing. The more improv reps you do, the better listener you become, because when we're in fight or flight, we're not present and we're not engaged. So we're going to work on listening skills, pattern recognition. Breeze is great at patterns, and that's a huge help in your improv to be able to pick up on patterns. So that's something I wish I was going to class to do more work on the pattern stuff, because I haven't focused on that a ton myself. He's going to work on yes anding and how to add information. So, the concept of yes anding, your scene partner walks in and says, hey, we're here and this is who we are. And you can go, yeah, cool, I got it. What is the next thing you can add to that? Breeze is going to work on that. And as I've mentioned, all of these things are great for your social skills, all that sort of thing. And he's also going to be doing some short form stuff. And Breeze is a whiz at short form. He is really trained up in that. And short form informs your long form. And if you don't know the difference between short form and long form, come ask Breeze about it. He'll tell you. The other thing I wanted to mention while we're here, I wanted to dissect a scene really quick and hopefully give you some improv insight and wisdom as I kind of explore this idea. So I was at a show at the West Side Comedy Theater probably a month ago. There were actually a couple of you watching this video that were with me. And it's an improv troupe, and they were doing a show, and this is just a random scene in their improv show. And two actors walked onto stage, and one actor said one word and got a big laugh from the audience. And that one word, and this opened up the scene, was mummy. Okay? So he said mummy, and he got a big laugh. Now, it was also the way he said mummy. So this is a guy with a beard, adult male, and he said, mummy. And he said it like that, mummy. And I want to talk a little bit about the laughter trigger. Why was that funny? And how could he continue that? I think even myself, I still have somewhat of a fear when I walk into an improv scene. What am I going to do? How am I going to play this? How am I going to sustain this? Where is this thing going? And I think we all have that fear, like, oh my God, I don't know what to do here. But it does slow down for us, and we do, with every rep, we get better and better. It slows down, and we're more quick on our feet to go like, oh, this is what I'm playing in this scene. So the guy says mummy. The one word gets a laugh pretty much from the entire audience. Couple things going on here. Number one, it was spontaneous. You could tell that he had not premeditated that. You could see it in the actor's, countenance that he was spontaneous in saying that. Number two, it was unexpected. We didn't think this guy was going to kind of come out with a British accent. Number three, he put himself in an adolescent type of thing, like he was now playing a kid. So you got this grown man with a beard and saying "mummy," implying that he's a kid. So all of those are surprises, which is what triggers the laughter. Okay, so now you say, okay, great. This guy says the line, and he himself is probably going like, "What? How am I going to play this? What am I going to follow up with here? I've said one word. It's probably the peak of the scene." But the one thing that we can um, take away from that word is, number one, he's got an accent going, but I'm going to mention to you right now, you can go into an improv scene and do a great accent, and it would probably make the scene better than if you were talking regularly, but it really can't carry a scene through anyways, because that character, no matter what voice or accent he has, they have to have a point of view. And I want to follow up on last week's video on status. So when he came out and said, "Mummy," um, on one, you could read into that he is playing a lower status. He's a concerned, worried, kid. And I don't know what age kid he was, but he's looking up to his mom for guidance and help and all that sort of stuff. Now, if that's true, he can play that entire scene with that kind of, through those lenses. I'm going to use the British accent. I'm going to play this kind of scared kid, and I'm looking up to Mummy to comfort me. And he can just go, "Oh, I don't have to think. I don't have to come up with anything funny or particularly witty. Wherever this scene goes, however we build out this environment and this relationship, I can be this character." And that's what's important. More important than the accent is what the point of view is. But keep in mind, the accent and the way he said it informed his character. Oh, I'm this guy, and I'm going to play this guy. I have often seen adult male old guys, they'll play females, which can be very funny. And then, okay, so you're going to play a woman, but if I come out with a woman's voice or I'm twirling my hair and I make it clear that I'm a woman, that's funny off the bat. But I still need to inform that character with idiosyncrasies and other things that are going to be, playing a mother or a female like thing. I need to be able to come up with the cliche stuff to continue keeping that point of view going and kind of informing the character. Wow, does that make sense? I have no idea. Anyways, hopefully that is helpful to you. Status is a big deal. Point of view. And again, if you're really nervous, you can be nervous about everything that goes on in that scene. You win the lottery, you're nervous. You get married, you're nervous. You do this, you're nervous. And that is something that you can play and heighten, and some of the comedy can come out in the absurdity of it. Maybe you get nervous over something really, really small, and you and your scene partner can figure that out. All right, this is getting long. Come check Breeze tomorrow. I'll be back next Saturday, and have a great week, guys.